Welcome back to Beyond the Gym Floor. I hope everyone is doing well. Just to give you a sense of my personal mental well-being right now, and this is wildly embarrassing, but I'm currently binge watching Cobra Kai in the evenings in order to stay sane. And I know that's sad, but that's where we are right now. So anyway, I'm joined today by Jenn Traynor of Monticello Middle School. Thank you for agreeing to chat with me today, Jenn.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So Jenn, where did you grow up?
I'm from Normal, Illinois, so not too far from Champaign area. And then I went to ISU for my undergrad.
Nice. I was just getting ready to ask you, so you did your training at ISU. So what led you to physical education as a career?
So I really knew I was interested into the health field, and I love working with kids, and I was kind of in that space of not knowing what to do. And my mom was like, you need to go observe this PE teacher. Just go in and watch her class. And I did. I talked with her, and I just loved that it's kind of the health, like the preventable health versus having to do the aftermath and working with kids and kind of just making them love movement.
I love that. So in other words, in kind of getting ahead of needing to go to the doctor all the time, like let's do something preventable or ahead of time so that you can stay as healthy as possible.
Exactly.
So over the past semester, what's one online strategy? And I don't know, at Monticello Middle School, are you fully in person at this point, or are you still remote?
We're mostly in person. There are some that chose to be at home. I really used a lot of the open curriculum. It's a free curriculum online, and been using a lot of their resources. And then the Jeremy workouts have also been great, just to send those for examples for those students at home.
So the open curriculum, I'm not sure I'm aware of that. So is it tailored specifically toward PE?
Yes, it's all, there's different units for different grade levels. And right now it's called Open Now. It's kind of their unit for like remote learning and just kind of more social distance activities to kind of help teachers out with some new ideas.
Have you experienced success with that so far for your kids who are staying home?
Yeah, some of them don't always work, and you have to kind of tweak them a little bit here and there. But today in class, we did their pumpkin. They did some like Halloween activities. We did a couple of relays with those. And so that's how it worked out well. For middle school, they have our at-home learners they have like a fitness log they can enter in on. So we're able to send those out to their homes, and then kind of daily they can kind of record a log of their activity.
So in normal circumstances, what would you change about PE as a career if you could?
The stigma. I feel like you have your gym class and then your PE class, and obviously you want more PE. The education piece is so important, and I feel like sometimes the stigma of gym class and that it's the devaluing of it. So kind of making sure people are aware of the education that's along with PE.
Do you find that you have to fight that a lot in Monticello? I know that you all are a very highly respected educational district. Do you still feel the stigma there?
I think a little bit sometimes, but I think that it's my second year here. And so we've been able to just kind of, my partner and I have the same mindset. And so we're able to both kind of show students and families what PE looks like here. And so I used to be at East Peoria, and I've seen more of that there, just with lower income, different backgrounds there of like parents' experiences. I think if they were at a school where that was their experience, that's kind of what their mindset is, and with any educational system.
We have to break the cycle. It is funny, the parents who have experienced kind of a negative atmosphere in PE when they were growing up tend to devalue it for their children. So we have to break that cycle.
Yep, exactly.
So what's the most important lesson your students have taught you over your 2-year career?
Not to give up. So this is my 6th year teaching, just second year here, but I just like the not to give up, because when you can work with a student and they can just keep trying a skill and keep trying activity, and then it finally clicking for them, and even for teachers just not to give up and just to keep trying and finding different ways to explain something or demonstrate, and just to keep powering through, or working with a student that doesn't like PE, and keep trying to find ways to engage them.
You mentioned those students who don't particularly like PE. How do you try to reach them?
I think a relationship is key. So whether it's just asking questions every day, asking about their day, asking about other parts of their life that they do like, and then trying to just get them more on my side and having that relationship with me, and then I can kind of help buy into my activities and help them find enjoyment in different things.
Any advice you would share with the current cohort of Illinois undergrads who are thinking about following kind of this career path?
Stick with it. I feel like the first year or two of any teaching, any level, any grade level, any type of teaching, the first year or two can be challenging just because you're getting used to a school and that whole environment. And so just sticking with it and not giving up.
I like that. A teaching highlight that comes to mind, either from Peoria or your time now in Monticello?
So I don't have like a moment that was a highlight, but I think anytime a student, it just clicks for them. So I think about jump rope. At the elementary level and at the middle school, we're doing jump rope now because of social distancing and all of those fun guidelines. And just have a student that might struggle with a skill or an activity for jump rope, for example, and just how frustrated they get. And then once they practice, then they can get that skill and like I did it, like that aha moment is just really rewarding.
Love that. So as a kind of Central Illinois hometown hero, so the people need to know a few extra things about you, Jenn, and I'm assuming your students will be tuning in to this podcast. So if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing? I know that's hard because when you talk to teachers, they feel like they've wanted to do this for so long. But if you had to choose another profession, if you could no longer be a teacher, what would you do?
Yeah, that's a hard question. But I think probably something like community health, whether it's health department or just something that's more outreach in the community with health.
So are you an early bird or a night owl?
I think it depends on the time of the year. So in the summer when I'm not working, definitely more of a night owl. But with school, I go to bed really early and then I wake up at an earlier time to get things done and kind of get my day started off.
What's go to bed early for you?
Early is like 9:30.
9:30? Okay. I thought you were going to say, because I feel like I go to bed early and it's like 9:30, 10, and other people will say, oh, I go to bed so early, I go to bed at 11. And I'm just like, I think we have a different definition of early. So I'm with your definition there.
We're on the same page.
Yes. So what's your typical go-to breakfast?
Overnight oats. Just like
overnight oats.
Oatmeals. There's just different like ways you can spice up with different fruit or just different toppings. And it's just on the go is really great. I like breakfast and I think it's important, but I'm also not a huge sit down and eat my breakfast. I want it on the go and ready to get my day started.
Are you a consistency type of person? Like you like to do the same type of breakfast every day?
I like to change up some just because I get tired of it, but usually the same kind of repeats of the different items. Definitely a meal planner.
Meal planner. So what's your favorite guilty pleasure fast food? Like if you had to stop on a road trip for fast food, what would it be?
Chick-fil-A for sure.
Chick-fil-A for sure. Everyone loves Chick-fil-A. Your favorite TV show that you might watch in the evenings when you're settling down?
Right now it's been New Girl in The Office. Those are kind of my two I've been switching off on Netflix. So
I love that. I kind of like going back, like I'm currently rewatching How I Met Your Mother on Hulu, and I love kind of diving into an old comedy. Feels comforting. And again, I embarrassingly am really actually enjoying Cobra Kai. It's bringing me back to my memory of watching The Karate Kid over and over and over again as a child. So it's quite good.
I've heard of that one.
Oh yeah. And if you were a child in the 80s, listeners, you will absolutely love it. It is both terrible and amazing all in the same moment. So, well, Jenn, thank you so much for being a guest on Beyond the Gym Floor and have a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being a guest on Beyond the Gym Floor. And if you would like to be a guest or simply have a comment or a question, you can reach me, Jamie O'Connor, at beyondthegymfloor@gmail.com. Encourage your friends to listen and subscribe to the show either through iTunes, iHeartRadio, or Spotify. Thanks for listening, folks.